So today I'm revising with you aldehydes and ketones. Now both these groups are studied together because they have a common functional group, which is CO. So in an aldehyde it comes as CH and O, and so CO group is common here. Again in CH3CHO there is CO group. If I look at a ketone, it contains a CO group. So what is different between them is that in formaldehyde there are only hydrogen atoms against CO group. This was the CO group. If I only attach here hydrogen and hydrogen, then it becomes an aldehyde because CHO, there is only one carbon atom, so I'll call this as methanol. But if there are two carbon atoms against CHO, we'll call it as ethanol. And the carbon atom on the carbonyl group is also counted in the chain. Now in a ketone, against a double bond of CO, there are two alkyl groups attached here. So they can be CH3CH3, they can be CH3CH2 or whatever. So these groups are attached. So now it becomes a ketone. So in a ketone, against the carbonyl group, there are alkyl groups on both the sides. This is on a benzene ring. If I write CO and CH3, it is called acetophenone. Now if I'm going to write down a compound like, supposing I say my compound is CH3CO CH2COOH. When there are two functional groups attached on the same carbon chain, you have to first see which one is the major functional group. So you know COOH is right on the top and it is the major functional group. So I'll have to count from here 1, 2, 3 and 4. And this CO now is not called one, but it will be known as keto. So at place 3 is the keto group. So I'll call it as 3-keto, which will be the prefix. 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atom becomes bute and 1 oic acid. Right? So both aldehydes and ketones contain a carbonyl group, and this carbonyl group is the major functional group which is going to give it all the properties. Now look at how we are going to make aldehydes and ketones. The first thing we had learned in class 11 was alcohols change into aldehydes and they change into acids. So this is the major preparation that we are going to use for aldehydes and ketones. So if I want to make an aldehyde containing one carbon atom, then I should take an alcohol containing one carbon atom. So which means if I take CH3OH, which is an alcohol, and oxidize it, always remember that I am using the oxidizing agent either potassium dichromate or KMNO4, which is going to give me the aldehyde containing one carbon atom. So it becomes HCHO. And if I further oxidize it, it gives me an acid HCOOH on oxidation. Right? Now if I want to start with two carbon atoms, then I'll take the second one, CH3CH2OH, which is ethanol. So this was methanol, methanoic acid. This is now ethanol. So on oxidation will first give me an aldehyde containing two carbon atoms. So first write down two carbon atom. On this carbon atom put down an aldehyde. This will get 3 hydrogens. So this becomes CH3CHO. Further oxidation gives me acetic acid, CH3COOH. So aldehydes can be formed from primary alcohols. These were primary alcohols. If I want to make a ketone, I'll have to take a secondary alcohol. Now secondary alcohol means there are 3 carbon atoms here. I'll have to put OH here. The first secondary alcohol can only be with 3 carbon atoms, because if I want to put OH in the center carbon atom, I cannot have 1 carbon atom with OH, cannot have 2 carbon atoms. So definitely 3 carbon atoms. So this becomes CH3, CHOH and CH3. On oxidation, you know that oxidation takes place always at the functional group. This was the functional group. This was the functional group which changed into CHO. So I have to change CHOH into a ketone. So my product becomes CH3COCH3 plus water. So ketones will be formed out of secondary alcohol. So what we need to learn and remember is primary alcohols give me aldehyde. A secondary alcohol always gives you a ketone.